Hey there guys, how's it going? Welcome to a video where I'm going to be showcasing every single weapon I found in today's multiplayer reveal at Gamescom 11th of August 2014. Now bear in mind, if you're watching this in the future, some of these weapons might be a little bit off, there might be some mistakes made or some changes made, but this is the best I could do. And bear in mind, I actually sacrificed going out to this event to play the game, and I wanted to stay at home instead, just so I could bring you guys better content. I feel like my subscribers deserve that. You know, I make videos for you guys to the best quality I can. Some of my other YouTube friends are out there right now drinking, having a great time, and I kind of wish I was there, but I wanted to give you guys some great content to the best of my ability. So if you wouldn't mind smashing that like button if you're watching this video, I really appreciate the support. And just quickly, if you're looking for more Advanced Warfare info, I'm going to be doing loads of videos covering all the stuff that was shown in the reveal, including the perks, the exosuits, the loadouts, the maps, all of that good stuff. So be sure to look out for that. There'll be annotations on screen and links down in the description below. So let's go over all of the weapons that I found in this multiplayer reveal. So let's start off with the assault rifles, always a staple of the Call of Duty games and your go-to gun normally for all-round performance. The first one we see, and it looks like it's going to be the starting or the default assault rifle, is the BAL 27, or maybe it's BAL. I tend to think it's BAL because it's in lowercase. Normally if it's meant to be said as initials, they have it in the capital letters. So the BAL, or the BAL assault rifle, it wouldn't surprise me if this was kind of similar to the M27 assault rifle from Black Ops 2. It shares a similar name, who knows, can't be certain, but I would guess it was a fully automatic, general, all-round purpose assault rifle. Looks quite decent. Obviously there's a lot of attachments you can put on these things to really mix it up, and you can get different types of weapon. We saw that there was all these different types of weapon you could unlock. You seem to have these kind of set classes, and then there's all these little tiny variants on them that you can unlock from supply drops and stuff like that, but I'll go into that in another video. Next up, we've got the BAL 27 Atlas. I at first thought this was a different gun, but I think that's just a different version. Like I was saying, you get different versions of the same weapon. Then you've got the AK-12. AK-12, one of the best guns in Call of Duty Ghosts. It's come along to the future. They're still using AKs in Future Warfare, according to Sledgehammer, and that's a really deadly, high damage, low fire rate gun that a lot of good and pro players like to use. So looking forward to using that one. Next, we've got the ARX 160, again, similar to Call of Duty Ghosts. I wouldn't be surprised if it's performed very similarly. It'd be kind of strange if they completely changed how it works, but we've yet to see what the balance is like and what they're doing with all these weapons. We've also got the HBR A3, kind of look like a general all-round assault rifle from what we saw from it. And the next two are ones that I'm not sure about, a little bit of guesswork. If you're watching this in the future, closer to release, these are probably completely wrong, but I'm just guessing here. The ABR A3, now I know obviously we have the HBR A3, but I swear I saw on the ground it said ABR A3 during a bit of the gameplay, so that one's a little bit of a guess, but I swear it looks like ABR. Even though that kind of looks similar to a H, I thought that I did see it, so I'm gonna put that one down. Maybe that's kind of an ACR variant, who knows, we'll find out. And finally, the IMR. Now, I thought the IMR was going to be an attachment because it stands for Integrated Munitions Rifle, and I covered that in a previous video. And I also thought maybe it would be a heavy weapon because I saw it kind of listed somewhere under heavy weapons. But then the more I think about it, I think this might be an assault rifle. Again, this one's a complete guess, not guaranteed. But I think that this will be an assault rifle that prints its own actually ammunition, as you saw in my previous video if you watched that one. So the last two are kind of guesses. The first five are absolutely guaranteed in there. Obviously the BAL 27 Atlas is just a variant of the standard BAL 27. I think that one you get for a pre-order as well. So that's the assault rifles. Let's move on to some submachine guns. So the submachine guns, this is one in particular where I really painstakingly went over frame by frame of all the footage we saw, managed to find a couple that I didn't really see at first sight, and I thought it'd be cool for you guys to see that I found them out because they kind of sound a little bit reminiscent of previous guns. So the first gun, we've got the KF5, possibly like the MP5, it looks a little bit like that. We've got the ASM1, I actually saw this in action in some gameplay, a very high fire rate submachine gun by the looks of it. The SN6, I'm not sure about that one, looks a little bit like a UMP. I'm not sure. Give me your opinion down below in the comment section. Let me know what you think that one looks like. The MP11, possibly a little bit like a Mac 10 or maybe like an MP7. When I actually saw the little image of this, it looked a little bit like an MP7. A little bit of a mix almost between a Mac and an MP7. So that one's interesting. And finally, the BAC3 or BAC3. I didn't get much of a look at this one, but it was lying there on the ground. Who knows what that one's going to be like. Next up, shotguns. Only one actually on display at the event that people actually get to use, but I saw in some of the gameplay there was an S12 around. So these two guns, the TAC-19 and the S12, both obviously have previous versions in previous Call of Duty, so I'd be very surprised if they act differently. The S12 is a particular favourite of mine. I think that's a little bit underrated in Black Ops 2, but we saw in some of the gameplay the shotguns seem to do some serious damage. Whether practically when it comes to the final game they'll be any good, who knows, but I'm expecting a lot more shotguns than that, but at least we know there's two familiar ones there that we can get stuck into. Next up we have the sniper rifles. Now there was only actually one available for people to play there, but the Lynx came up a few times on the screen in the gameplay that they showcased. The Lynx obviously a gun that we've seen before in Call of Duty Ghosts, pretty standard deal. We know how that one behaves. I would be surprised if it was very different. Most of the time a one-hit kill, and I think in this game they probably will make most of the snipers a one-hit kill. We've got the MORS or the MORS, and I think that one might be the railgun style energy weapon thing, but I can't confirm that. Obviously I'm just guessing from what I've seen, but some people have said that. So there's two snipers guaranteed. Obviously I'm expecting a few more. Normally there's 2 or 3 kind of one-hit kill in the chest and body area snipers, and a couple more which are normally a 2-hit kill in the chest and a 1-hit kill in the head, like a Dragunov or a marksman rifle, something like that. Didn't really see any marksman rifles or weapons in that style in this gameplay. Maybe they're not in the game, maybe decided to step away from that and just go for snipers or the direct energy weapons instead. He's meant to take that role, who knows, but a couple of snipers, the standard kind of deal as you would expect. Next up we have heavy weapons, and this one I'm really not sure about how heavy weapons are classified. It seems like some of them might be direct energy weapons and some of them are just your standard light machine gun style weapons, but anyway, these are the ones I saw. The EM1 and the XMG are there for people to use at the event. The other 3 you've got there are ones that I just saw lying on the ground from gameplay, so obviously they're not 100% confirmed, but that's what it looked like. For instance, maybe the JMR is maybe a slightly different version of the XMG, or the EPM3 is more likely a different version of the EM1. I don't know for sure, but I definitely saw those lying on the ground. I expect there'll be quite a few of these weapons, heavy weapons like machine guns, normally about 5 or 6. They did say there's going to be, I think, over 300 weapons in this game, but I would guess that's going to be just a few standard guns, maybe 20 or 30, and then little variants on them to make up the numbers. Moving on to the pistols, it seems like in most classes your standard secondary is going to be a pistol. Obviously shotguns are primaries we saw in this game, so I can imagine a lot of people will probably be rocking a pistol in here. We only saw a couple, but I expect there to be quite a few more. Normally if they don't have shotguns as secondary, there's quite a few pistol options in the game, but here we saw the Atlas 45, which seemed to be the default one that they used most of the time, and we have the RW1, which actually looked like almost a bit like the Executioner in terms of it was a one-hit kill. I don't know if it has a range to it, but it seemed like a one-hit kill weapon that only had one in the chamber each time, so very deadly, but if you miss your bullet you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So some of the better players with better accuracy probably going to try out that one. We also saw in a little bit of footage there was the MP443. Obviously that's a weapon that's in Call of Duty Ghosts, so we know what to expect from that one. Just a standard all-round pistol. Finally, we have launchers, and there was only one showcased at the event that people could use, and I couldn't find any other launchers in all of the footage I found. I'd be surprised if there wasn't 1 or 2 more. Normally there's a free fire one and a lock-on one, although in Call of Duty Ghosts there's no lock-on ones. So we've got the Stinger here. In previous Call of Duties that's been a lock-on thing. I would imagine it would be lock-on in this game, because it seems like there are some very powerful score streaks in the air sometimes, so I would imagine it would be a lot of, well, it'd be really bad if they didn't have at least one launcher. I know in Call of Duty Ghosts there's no lock-on launcher, but the kill streaks in general, the assault streaks, aren't that powerful, but with these ones I can imagine we're going to need a launcher to take them down sometimes. So that's it for my look at all of the Advanced Warfare multiplayer weapons that I could find in the reveal, going painstakingly over that footage. I found everything I possibly could, but please leave a comment down below if there's any other weapons that you saw that I didn't mention. Maybe I've made some mistakes with some weapons, something you've noticed. I'd love for you to comment down below so we can all find out more stuff from each other, you know, be a community here as always. Don't forget to look out for other Advanced Warfare videos of mine on my channel. There'll be a place in the description, there'll be annotations on screen, and don't forget to smash the like button as well if you haven't already. I really appreciate that, and it only takes a second of your time. So that's it for now guys, and I'll see you next time.